Hello and welcome to another directed draw. Today we will be making a Valentine's Day owl directed draw and craft. So let's get started. Here are some of the materials that you will be needing. This will be a two-step directed draw and craft. The first part will be the directed draw, so all you need will be the half sheet of the colored paper that you chose, your pencil, and the rest can be put aside until later. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to be drawing the body of the owl. I'll do mine in marker so you can see it better. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to put 2 fingers right up against the top of my paper like so. You might want to do 3, but I think that's too big for me. So I'm only going to do 2. And then with my pencil, you're going to draw a small line or a small dot, and that's going to be the top of our owl. You're going to do the same thing on the bottom. You put 2 or 3 fingers, line them up, and put a dot. So there are my 2 marks. And again, you are doing this in pencil. I am doing this in marker so you can see it better on my screen. The next thing you're going to do is we're going to go up here and we're going to draw the head of the owl. We're going to do a curved line starting here, going up and around. So I'm going to go up to the line. It's okay if you don't meet the line. And back down to the other side. Next, we're going to draw the feathers. So owls have some feathers on the side. And to do that, we're going to do an upside down V shape. We're going to go out and in on both sides. And I'm doing this at an angle. And then on the bottom of that V, you're going to add a sideways W shape. Like so. Same thing on the other side. Next, we're going to draw the body. We're going to do a curved J shape that flattens out at the bottom. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to come down. And I'm going to curve around and kind of flatten out my line until I meet that dot. So try to go as close to the edge of your paper as possible, but not too close. Leave like maybe a finger space or 2. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to go out and then start curving back around. And there we have our outline for our body. Once you've finished, we're going to go back up to the top and we're going to draw the eyes. We're going to draw 2 circles. I'm going to have 1, oops, and 2. It's okay if they're not the same shape. Mine is not either. Try to make them as similar as possible, but this is okay. Once you draw these 2, you're going to draw 2 more circles in the middle. And at the end, we're going to add some googly eyes here. So that's just marking where those are going to be going. Next, I'm going to draw some lines within these donut shapes. So the first line I'm going to do is from top to bottom and side to side. So I'm cutting these into 4ths. Same thing for the other side. Once you do that, I'm going to end up cutting each 4th into a half again. If you want to add more lines and cut these in half even further, you can do it one more time. I'm going to leave mine as is, And then we're going to move on to drawing the beak. I'm just connecting these two with the letter V. If you have space between your two eyes, that's okay. You're just going to connect them with a similar curve like this here. Since I do not, I'm just going to leave it like that. Next, we're going to draw like the mask of the owl. Right where my eyes meet, I'm going to follow this curved V shape. I'm going to go up a little bit and draw that curved line. Then I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to curve and stop where the eye is. Same thing on the other side. Curve and stop. We're going to extend that, and we're going to do like a little border on the inside. So I'm going to follow the outside line that I already drew and draw a curve all the way around. Now it's looking a little bit more like an owl. Now that you finished drawing with your pencil, you're going to take a thick black marker and you're going to do all the outlining for the whole thing. So since I already did a marker just so you guys can see, I'm going to go over my lines with my thick marker to show you what it should look like. Make sure when you are tracing your lines, go nice and slow. It's not a race. And you're going to go over all your lines slowly and carefully because we do not want to erase pencil on construction paper. It'll make the paper and the color look faded, and it will leave all the streaks of your eraser on the paper. So try to go over your lines as best as possible. So I just finished outlining, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut it out. So go ahead and take your scissors, and we're going to cut around the edges, but make sure we have that border. That's why I wanted you guys to use a thick marker to outline it. Alright, so I finished cutting out my owl, and it's okay if you have a little bit of your construction paper showing here on the edge. That's fine. And now the next thing I want you to do is we're going to get some red construction paper. I already cut out some hearts. But in case you forgot how to make these, you take a piece of construction paper, you fold it in half, and I like to use my thumb as a guideline. So I follow along on the sides, or you can trace your thumb and cut. Some hearts. Now these hearts need to be a little bit smaller than this. My thumb's a little bigger. But if you already have cutouts done for you, they should be about this big. I'm going to go ahead and take my glue. We're going to glue it. And I'm going to take my first heart and glue it right under the beak, like so. Go ahead and take your next heart, add some glue, and I'm going to add it kind of at an angle, but a little up. Whoops. Right here. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to add some glue and put it right next to it. and it should be the same height as the one on this side. If you have room, you can add one more here. And same on the other side. So it's kind of going at a curve. We're going to add another row below it. So I'm going to get my heart, put some glue on it, and this time I'm going to put it right in between the hearts. So I see that gap, you're going to line it up with that gap and put it right below it. And these two hearts are going to be lined up together. And then I'm going to add a final heart right here in the middle, like so. Once you've done that, we're going to glue it onto our larger piece of paper. So go ahead and grab your white piece of construction paper. Here's mine. And we're going to flip this guy over and glue the back. You're going to take your owl and center it, put it right in the middle. Once you do that, you're going to grab your pencil again, and we're going to draw an outline of a wing. So to do that, trace your hand. So your thumb is going to go down like this, and then you'd have to use your other hand for this side. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to put my hand, my palm, or this part of your hand, should go right here. So try to center that and put your hand down. So it should be pointing kind of towards the bottom. Take your pencil and trace your hand. So you can kind of see my hand right there. I'm going to close this so it's about there. And then you can try to gently erase if you have a line. Don't press too hard or you'll see the mark. Now I'm going to do the other side and try to match where I put my other hand. Now I'm right-handed. If this is too hard for you to do with your left hand, you can ask your elbow partner or a parent to help you trace. And it's okay if it's not perfect. Okay. And then again, I'm going to close it. I'm going to try and match both sides. Now here comes the fun part. You're going to take your lighter sheet of construction paper. I have a light pink. And you're going to cut more hearts out of it. So again, to do that, I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to match my corners and then crease it so it kind of looks like a card. Grab your scissors. And again, you can either draw your heart shape like this and cut it out, or put your thumb down and be careful and cut around your thumb. To get your heart. And you're going to continue to cut them out on your paper, or if you have already been provided with some cutout hearts, then you can skip this step. So I have some pre-cut hearts that I made earlier. And I'm going to go ahead and glue those on to my hand. So I'm going to put some glue here. And we're going to put the curved part so that it's facing the edge of the paper. So I'm going to glue this down. And I'm going to try and hide my pencil line with my hearts. Now, if you wanted to, and you still have some red hearts, you can do the next row with red and do like a pattern. I'm just going to keep it one color. And keep layering on top of the other. So it's going to kind of look like scales almost. And you're just going to keep going until you fill your entire hand. So I will see you guys in a little bit with the finished product. Alright, so I just finished gluing down all the hearts. That took a long time. Hopefully it doesn't take as long for you guys. Alright, so I just finished gluing down my hearts on my wings. It looks great. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to color in this part of the eye. So I'm going to grab my color pencils and I'm going to choose some similar colors. So I think I'm going to do maybe like this purple and red. We'll see how this looks. I'm going to go ahead and start coloring these in. Again, you can use colored pencils or crayons. And I'm just going to do a pattern. There's my owl, and then now we have to color in the beak. So you can do like a yellow or an orange. I think I'm going to try this one. Let's see if that shows up. And now it's time to glue on our googly eyes. So I'm going to put some glue right in the center of my eye. Grab my googly eye, and I'm going to put it right on top. Don't press too hard or you're going to put a dent in the eyeball. You don't want that. So try to just do it firm but lightly. Alright, so those are glued down. We are almost done with our project. I have some extra hearts. So I think I might go ahead and glue some around my owl. Then you're going to get your black marker and we're going to write a little fun thing up here that says owl always love you. You can draw a little heart if you'd like. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab my red or pink marker. Do pink. And I'm going to draw a heart around the word love. And then if you have room, you can write Happy Valentine's Day. I think I'll put mine right here. And there you have it, your Valentine's Day owl directed draw and craft. I hope you guys enjoyed this directed draw. Thank you for joining me, and have a great day. Bye!